This full moon in Scorpio is all about alchemizing the lower vibrational quick hitter desires into something that is more prolific and sustainable, positive, valuable in your life, right? Don't eat the low hanging fruit. It's like the good stuff takes time to build. So for your sun, your rising, and even your moon sign, if you want to throw that in, this is what to pay attention to and what to alchemize into. So if you're an Aries, you're going to be one of alchemizing those lower level desires into your creations, your longer term creations that are sustainable. If you are a Taurus, you're going to be wanting to move away from those seductive desires in your relationships and actually alchemize that into more self-love and security within yourself. If you're a Gemini, you're actually going to want to move away from those lower vibrational desires that like that quick hitter, that stimulus, and actually move into something much more positive in terms of your connection to the divine. Okay, this is about building the ladder, building a connection to God, Goddess. If you are a Cancer, you're going to be wanting to move away from these more romantic, like lovey desires, like let's go out and do the fun, life things, actually into more community, more of your friendships, more of your partnerships, more community building. If you are a Leo, you're actually going to want to move away from that. Ooh, I really want to be home and comfy and in my comfy clothes and in my home and in my corner and feeling my deeper emotions. And it's like, do that, but do it to alchemize into what is it that you're creating for your long term. You should be using this full moon to be doing your bigger roadmap for that career, that destiny legacy. If you are a Virgo, this is going to be you moving away from so much like quick stimulus, dopamine hits, videos, text messages of the mind, more into studying something, get more educational, go more into something that's positive, growth oriented, that you're actually like building towards and really putting effort into over a very long-term period of time that's actually going to have a big payoff. If you are a Libra, you're going to be wanting to actually move away from so much of these things of like, how do I earn money? How do I make it? How do I create? How do I create and do all these things that probably has low value into more of like, what is that true nature that just really pulls, that's like passionate? This is about actually going into more power circles with people and bonds and like creating together, not so much like trying to do it alone. Who are the people that are powerful that want to create from the same value systems as you, Libra? Scorpio, this is for you, not so much about, self-indulgence, about what you want, your desires. This is going to be alchemizing that and actually going more into more peace and harmony in your relationships. If the harmony is not in the relationships, you really got to check what are the value systems, do they match? You need to be attracting people where the peace and harmony comes from that. When it comes to Sagittarius, this is not going to be so much about how do you, go into these like quick escape fantasies, like fluttering thoughts and just sexual fantasies. It's just like taking you to Neverland, like not ever growing up. This is going to be way more about, are you actually making sense for what it is that you're doing in your day-to-day life? Do you have a routine and a rhythm that's actually wholesome and positive and is actually like role modeling some sense of like positivity and purity to the people that you're around in your everyday life? When it comes to Capricorn, this is not so much about you, I need the friendships and the community and the socialization, or, even just like every person that you see, it's like seductive and like sexualizing them or hypersexualizing them from a vanity-based standpoint. This is going to be more so about love, romantic partnership situations where the values actually match, or even connections with children, where it's like more wholesome and positive. When it comes to Aquarius, this is not so much about where you're going for your long-term, career, and like these like big power moves and wanting more power and more prestige and a bigger platform. This is actually going to be more about, how's your home life looking? Like, I know it can feel chaos at times, but is it stable? Do you have a place where you have like a method of processing your emotional foundation that's actually going to be better for your long term? And then finally, we have Pisces. This is not so much about, your belief system and getting seduced into powerful idealistic beliefs that get you to a place of like getting you what you want and chasing and going to all these crazy intense horizons that are pushing your boundaries way too far. This is way more about pay attention, just what makes sense, what's straightforward, what's just super basic. You don't have to overthink it. It's like you just put one foot in front of the other. And of course, it's going to pay off by you just taking care of those things on an everyday basis. So that's your full moon in Scorpio forecast for all 12 signs. Of course, if you want to go deeper than that, you want to book an astrology reading. A lot of people are paying attention to living locations. You want to do some astrocartography, bridge with relocation charts. You can click on that link down below. And then, of course, I do have an ebook for sale that allows you to dig deeper into your natal chart if you want to kind of do more of that DIY route. And of course, you can also book a natal chart astrology reading if you're not wanting to go super deep into the transits. You're just like wanting to learn. Some people like more like the learning curve for astrology, and that's okay too. But I'm also that astrologer that's will dive in with you and be like, what's going on in life? Let's look at the big map. What are the sustainable steps that you can take to get unstuck, get out of your chaos, especially if you're a creative, an entrepreneur, a professional leader, and time counts, your energy, those resources count. You have a bigger vision, you have something you want to do, but something's just not clicking. Let's identify what's going on there, those blocks. Let's build a plan to get you there, and click on those links down below if you're interested in any of that.